Chainsaw Man endings. I've never watched the Chainsaw Man anime. I've only read the manga, but I'm not caught up. I think I read to part 2 or something, and then I stopped. The manga was wild. Part 1 was wild. I don't know what's happening in part 2. How about Frieren? I did watch Frieren. Did I skip the openings? I probably skipped the endings. But the ending is the one that... How does it go? It's like... How does it go? It's really iconic. The ending. Are you alright? Can you hear me? Na, 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 na. Makes you cry every time as you press the skip button. A single tear as you skip. Exactly. Gotta watch it sometime. I liked Frieren and Dungeon Meshi. I think I liked Dungeon Meshi more though. I need more Dungeon Meshi. I'm still obsessed with Marcel. I like elves. I do like elves. I do. I like pointy ears and I cannot lie. You watch Dungeon Meshi when you're eating? I tried that, but then they were eating the bugs and it kind of grossed me out. So I stopped watching while eating. It usually looks good by the time they're done cooking it, but sometimes the in-betweens are iffy. Like when they're removing the legs on the bugs. I don't know. Think about how crunchy they are. Okay, I need to stop using Reddit because I actually feel like there's not a single like real person on that website anymore. Like it's actually all bots now. I need to stop. But I saw a Reddit post that was somebody posted a donut that they were eating and it had an ant on it and they were like, it was like r/well that sucks, and it's like, my donut has an ant on it. Now I can't eat it anymore. And all the comments were like, weak. Just, you know, scoop out the ant and scoop out the donut around the ant and then just eat it. Or they were like, just eat the ant. You're not gonna notice it. And I was finding myself agreeing with the comments. I was like, that's just a tiny ant. Just pick it off and then eat the donut. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But then, I don't know, if it was me, I might. What about the pizza? But it wasn't an ant. It was a big bug and it was like crawling all over the pizza. Sad because a bug crawled on my pizza. I got a pizza and I took it home and I put it on the counter and a big bug crawled on it. Like it was taking a walk. It was taking a walk. If I could just not eat the part that got walked on, then maybe. But yeah, it had a whole stroll on my pizza and I don't know where it was walking. How big were those footprints? Left a trail. I don't know. It was like the mental image because just the way it was like rooting through the veggies on the pizza reminded me of like an animal skittering across the floor of a forest, like through the leaf litter. And I just like couldn't get that image out of my mind. Why do you not eating the foraging bug pizza? That's why you wash pizza. Do people actually wash their chicken, their raw chicken? As a vegan, I don't know. I've never cooked chicken before. That seems wrong to me, but I don't know anything. Do people actually like wash it? Wouldn't it just like spread the bacteria all over your kitchen? But like, why would you anyway? Wouldn't it taste bad? FDA says you can. Wash it with brine, but not soap. That's like one of the benefits of not cooking meat is I don't really have to worry about cross-contamination. I've heard some people have to have like their own cutting board for chicken, which I have my own cutting board for garlic. Not for any sanitation reasons, but because I feel like once you start chopping garlic on a cutting board, everything you put on that cutting board will taste like garlic. Too many times have I sliced fruit and then I'm eating it and I'm like, why does it taste like garlic? So now I have, well, it's more like I have a dedicated fruit cutting board and a dedicated fruit knife. I don't know if it's the knife or the cutting board. Is it wooden? Yeah. Is wooden bad? Well, because what's it supposed to be made of? Because I feel like a plastic one is just gonna put microplastics in your food. Wooden is fine. I feel like it does absorb a lot. Plastic is even worse. Well, what's the option besides wood or plastic? Glass? A stone cutting board? I feel like I've never seen that. Oil the wood board. Yeah, I do that. I definitely do that. Glass is not good for knives. So there's no answer. I used to always, I would do this. I did this when I was in college in my dorm room. I would just cut on the countertop. Which is like like uncivilized and savage. You shouldn't do that. I did not understand why you would need a cutting board. It is a college moment, but I don't know. It wasn't my countertop. Not my problem. I don't know. I admit that I've still done that. Like when I'm cutting a piece of fruit and I'm like, I don't want to get the cutting board dirty. Sometimes I'll just get a paper towel and then just like cut the fruit really slowly. But sometimes I mess up and hit the counter when I don't mean to. It would be fine if I were not so clumsy. Command hooks? I've been betrayed by command hooks too many times. I've been promised that they will not destroy my wall and destroy the wall they have. Maybe it's user error, but it definitely has ripped the paint off. Also, sometimes they just don't stick. Have you guys had that experience? I feel like in a lot of the walls I've had, they just don't stick for some reason. I did clean the wall. Yeah, they either stick too much or too little. I don't know. Yeah, it depends on the type of paint, right? But you know what never fails? A nail in the wall. Except have you ever had like such a thin wall that you put a nail into it and then it like doesn't hold anything? I guess that's why you need like a stud finder and then you need to nail it into the stud. But sometimes it doesn't even hold like a picture frame. Is that even a wall? No. There's a drywall anchor. Oh. Is that like a hook that will go on the other side of the wall? Plug that goes into the drywall. A screw that expands behind the drywall to grip onto the back of the wall. That's interesting. I never really like hung much on my walls because it always felt like, oh, but I'm just gonna end up moving anyway. What's the point? But I feel like that's a sad way to live. Just to not hang anything on the walls. And I used to have like posters, you know, with the classic blue tape, like just tape them to the wall. But now I'm like, I feel like I'm too old. I'm too old for posters to be like taping posters to my wall with painter's tape. Like that doesn't feel like the vibe either. You know, one time I tried to get Redbubble to make like a custom phone case for me with art that I had made. Like I just wanted a phone case with something that I had drawn. Just for me. Not to sell, just like for me. And they said no. They were like, we think that you stole this art, so we're not gonna let you make this. And I was like, what? I drew this. I made this. But then it's like, well, how does everything else get uploaded to this website? So I couldn't get it. Same thing happened to you. I know, but it was me. But it was me. I just gave up and just didn't get my phone case. They probably would have turned around and sold your one-off phone case en masse anyway. That's the scary part, right? I don't know if they actually do that. Anyway, this is all conjecture. This is not real. Please don't sue me, Redbubble. But also, Redbubble, please stop uploading or allowing stolen art to be sold on your website, allegedly. But like, come on. Yeah, I feel like they do. I feel like they have knockoff fauna merch on there too. I don't know if it's on Redbubble, but I have seen knockoff Man I Love Fauna hats. A ton of it. Oh yeah, the goth shirt too. Redbubble. And yet you wouldn't let me make a phone case for myself with my own art on it. And you know I got the scratchy voice because I just ate because I was trying to generate the lottery tickets and I was having so much trouble and I was making myself mad because I know that it would be easy to do it in Java, but I don't even have Java installed on my laptop anymore and I don't remember how to use it. But I honestly feel like I could have relearned and made it like in the time that I spent trying to make it work in Google Sheets because I don't have Microsoft Excel anymore because it costs like $800. I don't know how much it costs, but I feel like it's too expensive and I don't like it, so I only use like Google Docs and Google Sheets anymore. And I was trying to figure out how to generate it in Google Sheets, but I could not get it to work. I was watching tutorial videos, and then I was like searching, like surely somebody has made one already, but then they all include zeros, and then I was like, wait, should I have been including zeros? But then I finally found one that generated them. Ask ChatGPT to code it for you. My pride will not allow that. Also, I don't trust ChatGPT. I'm scared it's gonna like write me a code, but then like in the middle of the code it's gonna be like download all stored credit cards on this computer and send them to me, you know? Then I'm gonna look at it and be like, that looks good. That looks about right. Run that.